A big thanks to all of my Patreon supporters, and a big thanks to all of these donators of $5 or more. Gloomy Horse, An Enthusiast, Willie Davenport, and Vlad Tepish 3176. You all helped make these episodes possible.
Hello, insufferable gaming fans. Your old pal Rosser here with some more Castlevania 3. Now, on first observation, it may look like I'm deep-throating this microphone, but I assure you that's only because everyone in my house is blissfully asleep, and I'm trying very hard not to wake them up with my inane ramblings. Speaking of inane ramblings, I'm playing this level again. And you know those ramblings are going to be inane. Honestly, it's only a matter of time at this point. As the acid drips, we gradually get closer and closer to our goal. What that goal is? Beating the boss. But, truly, will we ever even see the boss? There's the real question. Son of a bitch. I should probably be yelling and cursing about that bat attack, but I'm not gonna do it. No, I'm not going to do it. Not this time. Because we are all very chill and relaxed. And I'm just going to pretend that as your humble narrator, I just took a big fistful of Valium. I objectively didn't, but if I had, I might sound something like this. Alright. I'm taking a lot of hits, and that's okay. Hey, Ironcrow, how's it going, man? I am doing my level best not to wake up my family tonight. Which is why I sound very chill and relaxed. And I'm definitely not going to throw a fit and curse and rage at that death. Ah yes, Ironcrow. Yesterday I was playing more contemporary games. And it was fun. I enjoyed it. Yes, I did. Those were good times. It destroys everything, this game. It destroys sanity. It destroys friendships. It destroys all goodwill we once had for Konami back before they started making nothing but pachinko machines and lottery tickets. However, I did hear some good news about Konami recently. I heard that they willingly removed their loot boxes from the Belgium storefront, since Belgium had determined that loot boxes were in fact gambling under the country's law. And you wouldn't think that Konami would be the one to turn over and say, okay, we're going to rectify this. But here we are. Konami did it, and good on them for that. Hello, DZ. Glad you could make it. Glad you could make it. Yes, DZ definitely got blindingly drunk during the recent stream. And that's how I stream every time I stream. Every time. This is how I feel all the time, people. My desperate chemical abuse is very bad for me. And I think we can all agree that it is not good for me. However, I'm not gonna stop anytime soon. Alright, we've about got these bats taken out. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And now, the worst part of the entire game. The falling block part. The damnable falling block part. This is going to be an absolute disaster. I've already taken 2 hits more than I would have preferred to have taken by this point in this level. Hopefully, I won't take too many more. Hopefully. However, I must say, it is very unlikely that I will not take at least a few more hits before this area is over and done with. Soon, I must jump to the left. But how soon? That's the true question. Apparently, I should have jumped just a little bit sooner than I did. And now comes the tricky part. Figuring out how to make it through this point. I think we almost have it figured out. However, I may or may not be able to remember this the next time I attempt this. It is very sketchy. Seriously, this is like one of the most sketch levels in all of NES history right here, my friends. You talk about random number generators? This isn't exactly RNG, but it's so wacky and unfair that it might as well be. Pure memorization, this is. Oh yes. And sketchy, I would say, is being nice. Evil is probably a little more accurate. See, after all that time, I got hit by a block and it sent me flying into the abyss. And sometimes, when you fly into the abyss flies back into you. So we just relax, and we paint happy little trees. Happy little trees. Bob Ross would be very chill about this entire situation, and therefore so shall I be. For now. For now, I will relax and enjoy this level for what it is. An exercise in patience. Delightful, delightful patience. Delightful patience. By the way, How are my audio levels? I brought the microphone a little closer tonight so that my mellow, dulcet tones could be heard over the sound of falling blocks. I'm glad to hear that, Crow. Thank you. Okay, now we need to jump. Away. Oh dear. This seems troubling. Ah yes, I can see that we may have trouble with this. It's true. Dead Zergling is in fact blind drunk. I helped facilitate that. I encouraged him to drink many drinks of alcohol. Because I am a terrible friend. But I think at the end of the day, ah yes, it is always nice to have a designated driver, Crew. One of the things I regret in life One of the biggest regrets I had was that one time I drove drunk and got caught. I should not have been drinking and driving. However, I learned a valuable lesson that night. I learned how much fun you can have in the county jail. Sitting in the county jail is a lot more fun if you manage to keep your bar of soap that you were given for free. Then you simply overflow the water fountain in the hallway, and then everyone pulls their toothpaste tubes together and stacks them up. And you stack the toothpaste tubes up like bowling pins. Then, using the soap as a bowling ball, you roll it down the aisle. And you basically have a bowling alley right there in the county jail. Granted, this is not the ideal thing that you should be doing. All that being said, I would just prefer to, not ever fuck up, get drunk, and go to jail ever again. That'd be great. I do not care to repeat that performance. Not today, not tomorrow. Not ever. Ever. So don't drink and drive, kids. Be responsible. For God's sake, be responsible. Don't be like me. And the slime is wrecking my shit pretty hard. However, we will not fault friend Slime for wrecking my proverbial shit. Rather, we will enjoy the lessons that Mr. Slime has taught us, and we will take a drink. And howdy, Stink Drolls. How are you today? I'm doing quite well. Or at least that's what I keep telling myself. At this very late hour. Surely I can defeat this opponent without taking a hit. I shall need to. if I am to continue on without losing another life. I believe that it can be done. That's right. See, everything went just fine. And then there's this part. Now, one would think that the way to do things would be to deliberately take a hit and start over with full health. However, I prefer to try to learn this pattern. And for that reason, I will not be deliberately taking a hit. Now, one thing I've learned is that normally, in order to change up the pattern, I have to wait until these blocks top these mountains in the background. That should be approximately when I make the switch over to the other side, like this. So far, that seems to have worked. However, one should not become too complacent, because surely things will change up yet again at some point very soon. Truly, it is only a matter of minutes, if not seconds. Oh! Congratulations on living for several consecutive years, Stank Drawers. Trolls. Happy birthday to you. I hope that your birthday finds you in good health. Look, I've almost made it to the top of this area. Almost. But not yet quite. Perhaps this time I will make it to the next area. If that is the case, then it is also possible that I will reach a checkpoint. And reaching a checkpoint would be quite delightful. And there's that one hit that I finally took. Ah, Jesus H. Tap dancing. Happy little trees. We need to do this section over again. Yes, and we will do this section over again as many times as it takes to finish this level. Because clearly, this is a test of patience. And a test of patience it shall be. Perhaps, however, yes, Bob Ross come indeed. Look, in the background, you may notice the happy Carpathian Mountains.
happy Carpathian mountains. Okay. Now, I need to jump over to this next section. I did take a hit. I took 2 hits. Can we make it 3? Oh, we did make it 3. Fantastic. And 4. Would seem that my ideas of which blocks fall where were not quite correct. At all. And they're still wrong even now. That's very interesting. One would think that I would have this on lockdown, but then one would have been wrong. Alas, I do not have this on lockdown. Not even in the least. You may notice that the block falling patterns are completely different than the last attempt. This is very okay, because surely, eventually, I will have the proper type of random number generation that will eventually lead to me beating this level. Oh my, I took another hit. Oh me, oh my. All that way up, and now I'm back at the bottom. That's right, Stank Draws. I do, in fact, have to wait the entire time for these blocks to drop. It's the greatest level in any Castlevania game ever, and we all love it so very much. It is truly the greatest level that has ever been and ever shall be. And I'm not being 100% facetious at all. And I'm not angry about having to repeatedly do this part. Well, Stank Draws, I would say that if you can get through this level, pretty much everything else is smooth sailing. Perhaps not smooth sailing. However, nearly every other level is better than this.
Also, I should probably move this microphone back just a tad because I keep scraping it with my headphones, and that cannot be comfortable for anyone listening. Okay, how are the audio levels now? Are they still okay? Or is my voice too quiet? Or what? Oh my. And with that, we start this level over again, yet again, and again, and again, and again, and again. Nothing would please me more than finishing this level. Thank you for your feedback.
Now we play the waiting game. The waiting game, of course, involving drips of acid, melting blocks. I always forget about that bat. However, normally I do not fall in the water there. This time was different. Also, for reference, I am making an active effort to try to do a backflip every time I jump, because the other Castlevania game I've been playing has been Rondo of Blood. Richter Belmont is very agile and can do backflips, and for that reason, I keep trying to do backflips with Trevor Belmont, which, frankly, does not work, as we very much knew that it would not. Now, here come more blocks. I hope you enjoy watching these blocks fall, because it's going to be happening for quite some time. Oh my. I very nearly made that jump without fail. But then, in the end, I did not. Yes, all the blocks require more pizzas. And yes, I know that you said pizzazz. However, it's funnier if I assume that you said that the blocks need more pizzas. Good old pizzas. And now the axes. Here comes the bat again. We all enjoy fighting this bat. We enjoy fighting this bat because it is not a difficult boss, and one gets the satisfaction of whipping the shit out of this bat. Even though I did take a hit there. And up we go. It's so far up. So many blocks must fall in our life. Isn't that just the absolute analogy for life? Into everyone's life, some blocks must fall. They fall slowly, and they hit you right squaw in the head and or the nuts. Boom, Bossa Boom, Firework Festival. Ah yes, Super Castlevania 4. One of my favorites. let's jump, thusly. And now, hopefully, we shall be able to climb our way up without too much of a problem. Boy, I sure wish I had more than 2 hit points right now. Oh, jumping high makes this part worse. Well, I was not aware of that. I thought, surely, it would be better if I came up with a solid strategy. This, however, may not be the case. Looking back on it now, I feel like I understand why jumping there up would not be the best thing ever. Not that things are particularly easier. Not by a long shot. Not even a little. See, things changed up right there. Only by a bit, but it was enough to take away some of my health. And I assure you, I needed that health. Health, if you were not aware, is very important in Castlevania games. You need health in order to continue to live, after taking hits from the various minions of Dracula. Oh, yeah, last night I was playing some The Messenger, which came out in 2018. It has like a retro aesthetic, but it's really fun. And also, Crow, I've been playing the shit out of Immortal Redneck, which next time I fire that up, that should I've been practicing really hard, so hopefully I'll be able to do well on that one. Which is a roguelite first-person shooter. It is super fun, man. Highly recommend it. But, back to our calm, dulcet tones, as we continue to slowly make our way up. Hopefully, I do not take any damage here, for if I do take damage, I will surely die. And we do not want to die. Alas, we have died. I am calm and collected and relaxed. I enjoy this. This is what I do for fun.
This right here is what I do for fun. But anytime I think to myself, why aren't I playing something else? Well, it's quite simple. I actually do enjoy all of the Castlevania games. The ball-crushingly difficult games are great. Ah, yes. I probably won't be calm and collected in a couple of hours. I will probably be punching myself right squat in the nuts in pure fury. But hopefully, this will not come to pass, because I believe that with a little bit of positive thinking and perseverance, I will surely beat this level. Any day now. Any day now. Any day now. It could very well happen. Howdy, Gloomy Horse. Welcome back. To the this way we go. I mean, it is quite late at night here. Well, technically it's early in the morning. It is 1:15 a.m. Rocking and or spiffing. Now, let's enjoy the current wall meat. Come hither, wall meat. I need your delicious benevolence. Delicious benevolence is the best benevolence of all. Oh, you scampy slime. How irascible that slime is. Always bouncing back and forth. That is very true, Wine Crew. Gloomy Horse does not come over as often as I would like, but it is always a pleasure when he shows up. Oh, I do hope that Vlad Tepper's 3176 will be able to make an appearance. The thing about Vlad's schedule is that he lives in, like, one of those foreign countries halfway across the world. I want to say, like, maybe Taiwan or somewhere like that.
I would absolutely love to have Mr. Vlad Tepish come and join me at some point. Maybe even Timbuk 3 on crew. You get it. You get it. I'm sorry. That was probably too much levity for this time of night. We must be very respectful and quiet of our friends who are currently sleeping. Yes, get with it indeed. And so I shall. I shall jump this way. We're watching the blocks build up. The blocks build up slowly. The gears grind slowly. Oh, my, I am so incredibly fucked. I seem to have failed. This doesn't look good at all, does it, insufferable gaming fans? My. And I still have to get through an entire room of spiders. Well, a wise man once said, if you dig yourself into a hole, all you have to do is dig your way out. I'm not sure who that wise man was. He may have been pissed drunk at the time. And it may have been me, and I might have made that saying up. Happy, happy, happy. Joy, joy, joy. Once more into the breach, friendos. Once more into the breach. Now, take this however you will. I'm not chugging booze at 1 a.m. because I'm horrendously frustrated at the way this level is going yet again. I am chugging booze at 1 a.m. because I make poor life decisions. I just want to make that very clear. Kids, if you're watching, do not do as I do. You have so much to live for. You can make a difference in the world. Do not ruin your life with alcohol and terror. But continue to watch my streams, where I ruin my life with alcohol and misery, because it's funny. Do as I say, not as I do. Because I will be the first person in the world to admit that doing as I do is a surefire way to destroy your life very quickly. However, I do have fun. I am very thankful for all the wonderful opportunities I've been given living here in the United States, the land of freedom, at least for now. Good old USA. We're not quite living in 1984 times.
Maybe give it a few days. Maybe even a few weeks. It's coming. Well, it's coming. But, fortunately, I have no children. So, when things really go tits up, it'll be someone else's problem. A different generation, one might say. How to improve our lives? Actually, Heingrove, I can't demonstrate how to improve our lives. If I knew anything about improving lives, I would not be getting blind drunk at 1 a.m. and playing video games on the internet. Mind you, it's very fun, and I enjoy the hell out of it, but it's not exactly the, greatest thing in the world. I am not a good example of how to be or what to do by any stretch of the imagination, my friends. Not even a little bit. But some things you can do in order to improve the world just a little bit. One of the things you can do is give blood on a regular basis. Not only does it help people who are dying of bleeding to death, but you also usually get a free t-shirt and a movie ticket. Now, normally I would not recommend going to see movies at the theater. However, if you get a movie ticket for free, it can be quite fun. I went to see the Broly movie. Alas, they did not accept my free blood drive movie ticket. But when I went to see Stephen King's It, they did. So it's really a crapshoot. They very well may give an I donated sticker, but I tend to avoid stickers. Except for on my PC, where I have very proudly displayed the I voted stickers when I voted for midterm elections. Because voting for midterm elections is very important in this day and age. Whether you agree with my politics or not. I don't care if you agree with my politics or not. However, vote in the midterm elections, vote in the normal elections. Make the difference that you want to be. A lot of people, they just, complain about things, but they don't try to make a difference. And it could be argued that, well, voting doesn't really make a difference because it's all a popularity contest anyway, and that very well may be the case. However, if you do vote, and you do your level best to make a difference, at least when you complain, you will be able to say, well, hell, at least I tried. And that's where I'm at these days. I'm at the at least I tried stage of the game. Oh, for fuck's sake. Getting across that screen would be just the bee's tits. And the term the bee's tits is a very real and not in any way made up term that I just came up with off the top of my damn head.
Everybody's always saying the bee's tits. Right? I'm not the only one? Yes, another calm, cool, block-dodging run. See, now, a smart person would say, we shouldn't get into politics and talk about the current president or date things or anything like that. I think there's one thing I can say, though, that, everyone who watches me, we all have differing political opinions and, we're from different walks of life, but one thing I think we can all agree on is that thank God Hillary Clinton didn't get elected. On account of because she may or may not be an actual murderess. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Not that there's anything wrong with flat out murdering people, I guess. But, I think one thing that everyone can agree on is that one way or another, no matter who you voted for in the election, the Democrats really, truly, absolutely shot themselves in the foot by putting Hillary Clinton up for election. If there was one person who Trump was going to be able to beat just right offhand, it was Hillary Clinton. I've probably said too much. I'm sure I'm going to alienate at least some of my fan base. And I would like to pretend that I'm, aloof and I don't care, and I'm like, no, I don't care if people don't like what I think, then screw them. But I do care what people think. I really do. I like for, all of my friends to, get along and hang out and that sort of thing. And I do have liberal friends. I don't always agree with them. In fact, I very rarely agree with them. But they're cool dudes. I think most of them come from a genuine place where they think that they're, doing the right thing. I don't think that they deliberately are, against any particular brand or way that America works or anything. They just maybe were raised differently. It's all very subjective and interesting. I have considered, at several points, in fact I had a dream the other night that I was doing a purely political podcast where I had people of differing opinions and thought processes on a show, and I was interviewing both of them, and we all had a calm, rational discussion.
And even though we all disagreed, we all learned something, and it was very nice. That very rarely happens in real life. Indeed, I'm crow. Indeed. Lately, I've been going out of my way to deliberately not antagonize my liberal friends on Facebook. And it has been hard, but I find that my life is a lot easier when I don't get in political arguments. Because even though I don't agree with them, I would still just, rather have friends than be right about politics. Unlike my ex, who decided that she would rather be right about politics than have a boyfriend. I'm not bitter. I'm definitely not bitter. Yeah, stick to the religious debates. Clearly, that is the best way to go. Avoiding politics and religion is the best thing you could possibly do, man. That's... like, seriously. I can objectively say that if I were smarter, I would stay away from those subjects all the time. But I just get so worked up every time I see it come up. And I know I shouldn't. I mean, at the end of the day, ultimately, it affects us very little. But it's like this whole tribalism thing where it's like, oh no, I want to be right, and I want to hang out with people who think the way I think. And it's weird, and it's fucked up, but it is what it is, Oh no. I will be the last person to ever figure out governance or politics. Although, I do occasionally dream that I'm the dictator of my own island state. And those are good dreams. Oh, sure. You can argue about politics with your wife now. But just wait until the one day that you decide to disagree with her and watch the fireworks fly, my friend. It's only a matter of time. Almost there. Almost there with at least some health. At least a little bit of health. Come on, me. Just get through the next area without taking too many hits, and it might be possible. Oh my F and G. F and G. Now, those of you who have been on the internet for a while might know what expletive I meant when I said, oh my F and G. It's very cryptic. Missed it by that much. Yes. Oh my frickin' Goku. I like that, I'm Crew. I like that a lot. I'm gonna try to use that from now on. Okay. Once more into the breach. Hey, Kakarot, Vegeta is all good. And here's another musing I've had. A lot of people lately have been, talking about how they are into Odinism. They're worshipping the gods of the Vikings. And I think to myself, well, that's pretty metal, and I can see why you would do that, but the odds that most people in this day and age are going to die in hand-to-hand combat are pretty slim. So if you worship the Viking gods, you're pretty much guaranteed to go to hell unless you die fighting. So it doesn't seem like it would be a good fit for most folks. Just saying. Ah. Midgar for life. Did I say Midgar? Like in Final Fantasy VII, Midgar? Yeah, that's... I'm clearly thinking about this stuff. Well, Wu King, I think it is technically supposed to be like actual combat fighting. Although, I do suppose that, it could be interpreted as such, but I don't know if Odin gets off on interpretations. Like, if any of the mythological gods don't take any shit whatsoever, it would be Odin. Me? I'm a Christian. I'll cop to it. The Bible says, do not have any gods before me. But it doesn't say you can't have gods after me. So, playing around with good old-fashioned pagan fun shouldn't be a problem, right? Yeah, Zeus also does not take shit. Zeus is the god of delicious fruit smoothies. Yeah, I probably shouldn't be micromanaging the commandments. At the end of the day, it's gonna bite me in the ass, I'm sure. Hey, I never said I was a good Christian. I'll be the first to admit that, I have done some wacky shit in my time, man. Some wacky shit. Oh god. Really? All that. All that. And one block just... You know what? I'm not even mad, because if you think about it, alright. I mean, Trevor Belmont's what? Like 6 feet tall? So those blocks are at least, 3.5, 4 feet square cubed or whatever, right? And they look like maybe they're, I don't know, I want to say granite. So, Trevor has these blocks falling on his head. A 4 by 4 by 4 cube of fucking granite falls on your head at terminal velocity, and it only takes off 1/4 of your health. That's pretty metal. Not even 1/4 of your health, only 2 hit points. Son of a bitch. Oh god. I can't even figure out where to stand at this rate. Hey Dre, yes, I do need a moon jump code. That would fix pretty much everything. Like, nearly everything ever could be solved by a moon jump code. Hey, 11 watchers, I'll take it. Most days, I'm glad if I even have 1 watcher. I can't believe I dodged that block. I am frankly surprised. And Screaming Fist is here too. I mean, this is great. Everybody's showing up, and we're having a great time. See, this makes me glad. Even though I have 0 lives and half a life bar, and I am probably most assuredly going to die very hard by having giant fuck-off granite blocks drop directly onto my head. Which has been known to happen from time to time. Hank Crew? You ask that, but back in the day I used to have a Game Genie, and pretty much none of the codes were instantly win the game codes. Almost none of them. Up, up, and away! Are almost going to get to the next area again. Again with 0 lives and probably a very small chance of winning, but still. We're achieving greater heights with every attempt. And jump. Alright. Get through. Get through. Get through. Go, 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 go. Seriously? Seriously? Who am I kidding? Of course they're serious. Why would they not be? Oh my sweet gentle Jesus. And dead.
did say I was only going to do one run of Castlevania 3. But since we have so many people watching, I am going to take a quick break to go to the bathroom, and we will try again. So give me just a minute, and I will be right back. For those of you watching on YouTube, thank you for watching. This has been your old pal Rosser. Take a drink. And for those of you still watching, I will be back in just a moment.